Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today, I'm really excited to be taking a look at this knife here, the CRKT Montosa. So, this is a neat knife. I've got a lot to say about it. Let's get right in with our blade length measurement and our size comparisons. So, blade length coming in, I will call it 3.2 inches. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. We'll talk about blade shape and everything here in a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do our size comparisons. So, starting off, the Rat Pack. So, it fits really neatly between these two. You know, I've noticed a lot of knives fit really neatly between these rats. Okay. Next up, let's grab our Civivis, Praxis, and the Elementum. Again, kind of right between. Let's next go to our flagship comparisons. There's the Bug Out, and these two knives are very, very similarly sized. There's the Bug Out, and where's the PM2? Ah, here he is. And there's the PM2. Cool deal. A little bit smaller than PM2. And let's compare it against some CRKTs. First up, here's the Tuna, a knife that I really, really like from CRKT. And we can see here that they're pretty similar in size, although the Montosa has a slightly longer blade, I believe. And here it is against the Squid, since a lot of people know this model from CRKT. There we go. All right, so what are we looking at here in terms of materials? So, the blade is, wait for it, you guys are never going to guess, ATR 14 MOV. I know, crazy. It's got kind of this acid wash finish on it. We're looking at a liner lock with an inset liner. Really, really cool. Running on Teflon washers. Aluminum backspacer and pivot collars. Steel clip, and the handles are G10. All right. So, the blade shape is, I think some people call this a reverse Tanto. I'm going to call this a snub nose clip point. So, there we go. Yeah. Interesting knife. Let's go see how it performs. All right. CRKT Montosa. Let's make this quick. How's she cut? So it's a flat grind on this knife. Behind the edge thickness is about 22 thousandths. So it's not like it's a paper thin cutting edge, but it still slices perfectly well. In fact, it's a very good performer, I would say. How's that action? It's running on Teflon. It's a very smooth, consistent action on the close. On the open, you can slow roll it. It does flick out with some authority. You can reverse flick it. I'll talk a little bit more about this action, how it was out of the box versus now when I do the on the tabletop review, but it's a perfectly good action. Next up, how's it carry? Guys, this pocket clip is just about perfect. It's an amazing clip. It's recessed, flat screws, it's reversible. I'll just show you. It's a great pocket clip. The knife is pretty much out of the way. It's a pretty light knife, so no complaints there at all. Ergos, very good. They're not like outstanding, but it's an ergonomic knife. It's perfectly suitable for working with. All right, let's get back to the table. Alrighty, CRKT Montosa. Let's get into what I like and what I don't like. First of all, this knife is just good looking. Whoa. Wow, the color saturation on my camera changed all of a sudden, didn't it? That was weird. Anyways, it kind of helps show off this knife. This knife looks good. As a knife, the shape is really nice, but I also love these purple accents. I love this G10. This is really nice G10. Very, very nice. You guys know I love pivot collars. I love back spacers, especially when they're colored. This purple is just so nice. Yeah, good looking knife. Designed by Rodgers. That's really cool. I like his designs, and he's a fellow New Mexican. He lives just a hop and a skip away from me. So that's pretty cool. Next thing, access to the liner. Really good, easy to disengage. And I like the way the liner's set up. This is nice, especially for a $50 knife. Ergos, really, really good. There's one thing I wish it had that we'll get to. The pocket clip is amazing. This is a great clip. It's not too tall, has perfect swoop, climbs over your pant pocket really good. Recessed screw or recessed clip with flat screws. CRKT does know how to make clips. CRKT consistently kills it with their pocket clips. I love to see that. Plus, it's reversible. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, CRKT, good job with the clip. Excellent. Next thing, this knife is very thin, so it doesn't carry very obtrusively, and it's also a pretty light knife. Part of that is because there's no liner on this side. It's just G10, so yeah. Next, the action is good. It's a good action. We'll talk a little bit more about the action, but it's good. It's on Teflon, and it's not as stupid smooth as the tuna, which is just ridiculously smooth, but it's good. You know, you can pop it out there with the thumb studs really nicely. It's good. Thumb studs are nice. The blade is a nice blade. I like this shape for EDC. Have a nice, you know, straight section, good belly. Right now, this is, yes, wearing my edge, and it actually needs sharpened again. Yeah, kind of feels like. We'll talk more about that. Like this swedge up here. You do have a nice, fairly acute tip for puncturing, but it's still pretty strong. The grind isn't bad. It's about 22 thousandths behind the edge, so not a laser beam, but perfectly respectable. Not bad at all. And yeah, just excellent, excellent knife as far as all of that goes. Next up, what do I not like? First thing, the blade steel. Come on, CRKT. If this was in 14C, this knife would be... I don't think this knife would ever leave my pocket. I really don't. Hey, Blade HQ or other retailers, if you ever want to do an exclusive with CRKT, this with like S35VN, oh my gosh, don't change the colors. Just, it'd be so good. So, so good. Next thing, the action was not good when I first got this knife. It really wasn't. It was kind of crap. I just had to take them apart, lube them up a little bit. The action got good, and the Teflon has been breaking in, which has been making it even better, so that is nice. Next thing, that one complaint I said I have with the Ergos is I wish there was jimping up here. It's not that it needs jimping necessarily, but I just feel like it'd be better if it had a little bit of jimping there. Next thing, the centering, after I had to adjust it and everything for the action, is ever so slightly off. It's not enough to make me, you know, stay up at night crying, but it is a little bit off. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, final conclusions on CRKT Montosa, which, by the way, love the name. It's an amazing knife. Is it overpriced for the materials? I think most CRKTs are overpriced, yes. And this one I don't think is any exception. But I would buy this knife again. I love this knife a lot, guys. It looks so good. It is useful. It functions well. I mean, say what you will about Teflon, but I used to be one of those Teflon haters, and recently I've been... It's not my favorite, but you know what? If it works, it works. So, and yeah, it works here. Yeah. Again, my biggest complaint with this knife, like most CRKTs, is please give us better blade steel. Please. That's all we want. But other than that, this knife just looks amazing. It kind of reminds me of when I first got this. I showed it to my sister, and she's big into Voltron. She called this the Galra knife. And then my one of my younger brothers called it the Thanos' pocket knife. I guess because of the purple and black. Anyways, it's a cool looking knife. I enjoy this knife. I can recommend it. Again, I feel like this amazing design is let down a little bit by materials, but you know what? It's not so bad. It's a fairly good knife. In fact, it's more than fairly good. It is a good knife. It's a great knife. I love this knife. It has a lot of stuff going for it. They did a lot of things right. And again, CRKT, if you ever want to re-release this in 14C or something, heck, even D2, please. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy the video. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you later.